Hello! Good evening! And thanks for tuning in. See, I thought I was gonna make this really cool transition with the fire, and the song is called Find the Flame and stuff. You know, like very cinematographic or something. I don't know. Well, anyways, hi. Thanks for tuning in. And, interesting how I... Okay, we talk about it in a moment, alright? First things first, okay? The very first thing tonight is telling you it is Friday, November 15, 2024, and this stream started at 9 p.m. Okay, well, tonight's a special stream because it's Friday, and I usually... Well, I call the weekend streams 50-50, but we already know like 50-50 means I don't win it, you don't win it, so I usually take Friday and Saturday off, but I already took like 2 days this week off, so we're making up for it by also streaming tonight and tomorrow. However, Cheesy was very right. I was posting on Discord yesterday saying like, hey, you know, streaming tomorrow and Saturday. On Friday it's going to be Baldur's Gate 3 and Genshin, on Saturday Final Fantasy 16 and Nikkei. I'm very glad I'm able to read my own schedule. Good. Very good. You know, it's pretty exciting, huh? But by now, you know, I have to stay committed already. I already posted everywhere that I'm doing Final Fantasy 16 and Nikkei tonight, so I guess that's what we're doing. At this point, a massive shout out. Seriously, honestly, I gotta say, like a dramatic shout out to anyone who's watching my Nikkei videos on YouTube. Seriously. You guys?
I'm a fan.
That's right. That's right. Because, thanks to you, dear YouTube watcher of them Nikkei videos, which are arguably my most successful videos in... I don't remember since how long I'm uploading stuff to YouTube. Probably over a year. Probably 2 years, I don't know. Maybe? I have no idea. Anyways, well, the Nikkei videos are doing best, and that's awesome. Because it's really fun, and I'm glad that, you know, there's like... it finds resonance. But thanks to that, I can finally apply to be a YouTube partner again. Yeah! I say again because I used to be a YouTube partner a long time ago, but then they demonetized me because I didn't upload anything for many, many years, and that channel lay dormant and nothing happened until I completely spammed it with content in, I think, 2019 or 2020. And then I stopped doing that because it was crazy, because I was uploading like 20 videos a day, and that was insane because it was like a VOD chopped up in you know, into tiny episodes, and that was horrible. But now I'm uploading the VOD of the stream chopped up into just the 2 bits of the games I play, and they've made it much better. Yes. So what you got here? Nikkei YouTube videos? Sweet, thank you. Well, I mean, you know, apparently I'm so hyped to do more Nikkei that I completely forgot that I said I was gonna do Baldur's Gate and Genshin tonight. Which ain't wrong. The power of the legendary commander. Do we think maybe Oswald could be another legendary commander, actually? AI chat told me to kill myself today. How does that even happen? What did you ask it? What did you tell it? Dark Urge BG3 playthrough? It's happening tomorrow. But I'm also very, very excited to play that. I was talking with my girlfriend earlier how, like, when playing Baldur's Gate, I feel like you need to stream for like 12 hours to, you know, to get really in there, get the whole picture, you know? You just need more time with it. Hey, Tony, hello. You know what, Tony? Tony. Hold on. Tony, it's very... like, I appreciate your efforts, you know? let me show you something. I appreciate your effort, okay? I appreciate what you do for this world, but also, if I gain weight, you know, it potentially might be because of you. Because there exists such a thing called Tony's Chocolate Lonely Little Bits. All right? And today was a day for Tony's Chocolate Lonely Little Bits. You know, we had a long day today, pretty exhausting, like, you know, driving a lot, lots of people and stuff, and then grocery shopping in the end. Oh, God, I had to get some, you know. I had to get some of these. And I think the bag's almost empty. So, you know, yeah. It is how it is. Stop eating Tony! I think Tony's chocolate was like a Swiss, no, not Swiss, sorry. Dutch brand, I think, right? It is tasty, but it's dangerous. But they have tiny little chocolate balls, you know? I like them tiny little chocolate balls. Don't give me a heart attack. I mean, you know, have you seen it? You're selling chocolate. UK? I mean, that might be too. Let's find out. Tony's Chocolonely. Tony's Chocolonely is a Dutch chocolate manufacturer. Okay. Headquarters Amsterdam. Dankjewel. These balls! You know, imagine I had a button, like a sound button for balls, but all I've got is this. Give me the guacamole. Why am I not a billionaire yet? Rude. I know, right? It's pretty rude. Why am I not a billionaire? So I could buy a billion more packages. Wait, what? What you saying, Cheesy? You just like it? Tastes like cheap chocolate? You gotta try the balls. Why does it say chocolate balls in the search? I was searching for Tony's chocolate balls. That's a very normal search. Have you not looked for that? It's a thing you gotta look for, you know? You've had enough balls. Maltesers are the superior balls. Maltesers are great. But I gotta say, I mean, for me personally, like in my world of chocolate balls, okay, and I'm somewhat of like a chocolate ball professional because I can eat them very much, very fast. So I'm like a, you know how they have like these truffle pigs, right? And they've got this big schnozen for the truffle, right? I'm like a chocolate ball pig, you know? I'm a chocolate ball pig, and I'm going around like Kirby, you know, like just inhaling them. And therefore, I've got quite the understanding of what's good. I think my top ranking, like the very top for me still, of little round chocolate things to eat. Okay, we gotta mention to eat. Don't get the wrong idea. Is still, what is it called? I've got a name blackout. It's because I haven't had them long enough. So my memory is bad. It's M&M's, all right? Truth be told, it's M&M's, but specifically the salted caramel ones. Those ones. They're at the top, you know? They're up there. And then it's probably followed by Reese's Pieces. So, you know, like M&M's salted caramel, Reese's Pieces. Then it's probably then probably crispy M&Ms, then regular M&Ms, then peanut M&Ms, all M&Ms, and then it's the other ones. But the problem is M&Ms, I've had so many, alright? I gotta expand. Gotta venture forth and try more. Try more of the little chocolate balls. Down ball, circular. It's a little klein und rund. Mit einem Haps sind sie im Mund. The Germans understand. I'm a fan of chocolate. I happen to be a fan of the chocolate, indeed. For better or worse. However, because I'm a fan of chocolate, I can recommend to all of you Macro Factor. That's right. This is an unpaid ad because this is like one of those affiliate links. So I benefit if you sign up to it. And if you don't, I don't. That's an ad. Anyways, I'm not paid to say this. I'm basically saying this because if you do, it's cool. But yeah, Macro Factor is like one of those calorie tracking apps that you have to pay for, but it's pretty much the best out there. And it has many other benefits. You can check it all out if you want, but specifically, if you sign up to it, use the code YPXMacro, and that's pretty awesome because you get to try it for another week for free. And if you do end up signing up to it, you basically, it's the equivalent of subscribing to my stream, tier 2. Yeah. Which is pretty big, you know? Just saying. Just saying. If you're into that, obviously. You know, I'm not trying to make you a calorie counter, don't worry. You do you, alright? You gotta be happy with your life. Don't worry about what the scale says, alright? The scale only offends me. Don't get offended by a number on something. Wait, that sounds like a bank account. Okay, never mind. We're going crazy. It's getting too real. We gotta jump over into Final Fantasy. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. This is a great segue, right? This is how you do it. Steam says, you've played for more than 16 hours. Do you enjoy it? Oh, maybe later. I'm a lazy Steam user. I never leave reviews. Hold on, it's boating. It's boating up. Here we go. Shokuaya. Ah. Okay. Well then, everyone. We have gathered here tonight, as you might have noticed, to talk about chocolate eggs. Yes, wait, not chocolate eggs. Chocolate balls. Balls. Belle. Belle. But before we get crazy, hey, join us on Discord. If you haven't already. The link is right there in the chat or in the panel's descriptions. All the kind of information you find on my pages. Okay. Well, Final Fantasy 16. We just pretty much got to Act 2 in this game. So we're getting to the spicy bits. Because it's that kind of spicy, because as you know, I played this before on PlayStation until just a little bit further from where we are now. You know? Just I think potentially 2-3 hours from this point on, I think. So we're getting closer to somewhere where I don't know what happens, and that's exciting. But also overall, I feel like this is where it gets good, you know? Well, obviously it was good before, it just had a couple... Pacing was not a strong suit in some regards. But we're getting places, alright? We're going places now. And it's going to be fun. Here we go. We have a new iconic power. We get the power of Ramu. That's right. So we can now access 3 icons, which is pretty fun. And we are in the hideaway, which is a place. The hideaway is a place, what does it say? Amongst the unfading remnants of ambitions, long forgotten, do Clive and his companions forge a path to a better tomorrow. That doesn't tell me anything about the hideaway. Well, anyways, apparently we are here. This is the hideaway. And, well, Sid is unfortunately gone, but not forgotten at all. Because Clive picked up his name, but not just as a name, but more like as a title. He is the Sid. You know, Sid the Outlaw. The one who's gonna free the people. And the hideaway has great music. Okay. Well, let's talk to this man.
Last I saw, he was in the mess, as always.
He's a very excited talker.
Welcome back,
Oh
Sid.
my god.
Finish with that log so we can call it a morning.
Almost done.
Sheesh, look at that boy. You'll never get anywhere if you do it like that. He's getting paid by the hour.
Otto will want to know what happened in Cosnus. I expect he'll be in the mess.
Right, we also had a time jump. This is like 5 years in the future, I think, now, from the last things happening. It's cute how they put a blanket out for Torgal. I think I had the sound a bit loud. Just wanted to have the music blasting.
Look, it's Sid.
Staying long this time?
Who doesn't know him? This is Clive, Sydney, Cinderella.
Clive. Is everything all right?
No. Clive's never alright. So this is Otto?
Ah, there you are, Clive. Word of your adventures arrived this morning. Victor sent his thanks.
I doubt Kupka will miss the fools he sent to catch me. Not a single one of the bearers we saved showed any interest in coming with us. No one seems keen to join hands with an outlaw. Any news while we were away?
None worth mentioning. Gav's still off keeping an eye on the Republican army. Should be back any day now.
Understood. If anyone needs me, I'll be in the map room.
The map room. It's a room full of maps.
Still can't work that one out. There must be better places than the hull of a gutted airship to bury your nose in a book.
Yet this is where she's chosen to be. And I'm sure she has her reasons.
And you are? Vivian?
I'd trust I'm not intruding.
Back from your mission? I'm beginning to think your habit of surviving cannot be attributed to luck alone.
One might say the same of you,
It's because I'm a badass.
Vivian Ninetails.
I'll have you know that only 4 attempts have been made on my life, and none was especially memorable. So, to what do I owe the honor? Could it be that you've come for one of my lessons?
Is that so hard to believe?
Very well then. Shall we start with the state of the realm? To absolutely no one's surprise, she finds herself at the mercy of armies and outlaws. Well, mostly armies.
Are we going to school?
Though that's not for want of trying, is it, Clive? But the real question is, how did we get here?
Record scratch. Is it a summary of Act 1?
Long though Sambrek's dominion over northeastern Storm has endured, recent days have seen the Blight wrest ever more land from her grasp. For which reason she has continued to wage war on her rival across the strait, hoping to claim less blackened pastures. But Odin would sooner pawn his sword than Waloed relinquish Ash. And the Empire pays dearly for every blade of grass bent beneath Sambraquois boots.
Let me pause you right there. You know, it's really cool how they gave these continents names like Storm and Ash. And I think they mention it frequently enough, but I still feel like if you're really not in the know, like if you didn't pay attention in that particular moment, you'd be like, Storm, Ash, what you bloking about? So yeah, like the western continent is called Storm, and the eastern continent is called Ash. And they've got these crystals, right? Like Mother's Fang, Drake's Fang, Mother's whatever Rise, and so on. So some of the names is a little like you gotta, they want you to pay attention. Active Time Lore. Oh god, oh my god. I give you so many infos. And there's obviously like all these warring states, right? Walload, that's the one from the eastern continent, Ash. And Holy Empire Sunbreak, that's where we just destroyed the crystal because we're totally cool. There will be a test at the end. Hey Lady, hello. Hallo zusammen. Zeit für the Battle of Balinus Tor. Okay. The Battle of Balinus Tor was a conflict fought between the Holy Empire of Sunbreak and the Kingdom of Walload in the year 873. It would be great to know what year we're in right now. Are we in 878? Having lost vital territory to some Brequois forces 8 years earlier in the Battle of the Twin Realms, the Wallodas launched an assault on the eponymous peak, looking to regain a foothold in the Imperial lands on the opposite side of the Strait of Arthur. Both sides fielded their icons, and in the ensuing showdown between Odin and Bahamut, an entire Sambraquois legion was lost, and the Wallodas regained their outpost on Storm. Yeah, I think there's a little too much political and landscapical names happening here, you know? You know, there's a little too many of them. But I gotta be fair, that's an issue they have in Final Fantasy XIV as well. They're thinking too grand, and I feel like they sometimes expect too much from the common brain of a video gamer. Just saying.
Little wonder then that Sylvester set his sights on the crystalline dominion, an altogether easier target, possessed of no less ether. It was 5 years ago, while you were busying yourself with the destruction of Drake's head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor.
There we go.
A nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world. Certainly, there is no better place to stage an army. From there, the Holy Empire's reach spans the Twins. The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind. The Holy Empire, the Dhalmekian Republic, the Kingdom of Wallood, and of course, our friends in Yaran.
Where?
Who will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
You were born in Twinside. Do you not fear for your home?
Oh, dark clouds are wont to gather over the Dominion. Yet in spite of it all, she has ever endured. And when the storm has passed, I am confident she will remain. Now, as to the matter of payment for today's lesson, complete a simple errand for me and we shall consider ourselves even.
Even?
Wait, and now I have to do something for that?
Return this volume to old tomes in the shelves. Tell him it was, adequate.
She should pay me?
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to visit our resident historian.
Okay, ultimately we have to say though, obviously, like very obviously, they're trying to paint a picture here that's grander than what they can actually manage. You know, just saying. I think if they put their focus, if they really hard focus this game on, alright, so there's icons and you're Clive and you're trying to unravel the mystery of like the, what were they called again? Like, you know, with the ancient runes everywhere and stuff like that. Just focus on that. Don't give a crap about any political interplay of like those different like states and stuff like that. You know, it's way too many strokes they're trying to put on this picture. And it just muddies it, I think. But again, as every single thing I have with this game, every single gripe, and you know, as someone who's played Final Fantasy XIV for like 90% of its lifetime, they always do the same mistakes. I feel like they actively never actually learn from that. Probably because too many, like, you know, shields just telling them, oh, don't worry, it's great, it's right. Constructive criticism is so much more worth. Holy shit. You know, a quick shout out to gacha games, actually. Which is insane to say, but seriously. They keep making surveys in the game. Usually every patch or every new iteration of thing they bring into the game. And they ask people like, so what do you think? And that's awesome. Because you actively can improve your game, make it much better. Which obviously, you know, is difficult if you have like a finished game in that sense. And then you have like a gacha game that's like a live service thing. Alright, it's two different instances of things that are happening, but still. You could do surveys just as well, you know? And after all, in this case, we can look at it from the aspect of they are doing a live service MMO game, okay? Which is a subscription-based game. Ultimately, like, you know, there's a little more cash flowing depending on the side of it. So yeah, they should totally learn. They should.
Everyone seems so happy to see us. It's good to be home.
Like, they could have fleshed out these two even more by now, you know? Instead of these whatever they're trying to do with the weird different states going on, and I don't know. So what were the states' names, huh? Dominican Republic and... You remember? Huh? Huh? No? Wallowed and... Something like that. Is it money? No. Chlanan? What? Kjere?
Norseman Harpocrates.
Now that is a name I have not heard for a long time.
Alright, Obi-Wan.
So long, in fact, I had half forgotten it was mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed, as always.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
Ready? Our resident scholar devours books faster than young Tet does lemon tarts. Would that I could do the same. But alas, I no longer possess the necessary constitution for such indulgence, either in words or tarts. That said, I have continued my search for mention of the creature you encountered at Drake's Head. But without access to the great libraries of Oriflamme or the Dominion, I regret that I have been able to find little and less. I am sorry.
He needs the internet.
Don't apologize. I'll send word to our associates. See if they can't furnish you with more books.
I fear it is not more books that I require, but the right ones. Mayhap we look in the wrong places. There are still libraries to the north.
I'll see what I can do.
It's bringing
You are
in
too
old
kind.
tomes, which is just
There are not
Playboy
many in
magazines.
this world who would indulge the whims of a tired old historian.
Not too tired to go filching Kupo nuts, though. Always got a pocket for him. Nicks him off the Moogle.
Hush now. We all know there's no such thing as Moogles.
The twins seem well.
Aye. Yet they laugh far too little for one so young. The loss of their parents weighs heavy on them, however well they hide it. Titan took much from us that night, from some more than others, and the wounds that remain, they are not quick to heal.
Which is why we must give them all the time they need.
That we must. Just as I must give you the time you need to recuperate. Good day, Clive.
Good day. Gav will be back soon. I should get some rest while I can.
As I mentioned, mispacing in this game. This is another fine example of it. It's another great example.
Not back a blink and you're already off solving everyone's problems. It looks good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it. What it was like to be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
The scalpel did most of the work. Ah, before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on your desk.
Not a stolus. All right, I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
So don't you forget, the Stolas was the magical owl that has like coded messages.
Could Gav have thought worthy of a letter?
What? What do you have to tell me, Stone? What's new? Question marks. Customizer training, arcade weird thing, stage replay. Our parents? What do I have? Clive. Hey, burned black. Why not? Chill. Damn. This is much cooler. Torgal? Oh, icy blue. It might be a spoiler, but who cares? Oh, I can transmog the weapon? Oh. Oh, Buster Sword. I keep the weapon the way it is right now. Oh yeah, let's go! Burned black.
Does that one have blood on it? Is it business or pleasure?
Wait, to be fair, what people want to have and actually want, sadly enough, already different issues. I remember something like you think you do, but you don't. But, surprise has it. They're like, hey, you think you want WoW Classic, but you don't. Well, record scratch. Actually, people want WoW Classic so much that they're releasing WoW Classic Classic and call it Anniversary Edition. I kid you not. They'll have WoW Classic Classic. Like, so there's Classic Realms, there was Classic Remix, and now they're getting Classic Anniversary. While the other ones are still happening as well. That much people wanted WoW Classic. But you think you do, but you don't.
If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it.
It's always good to know, like, when,
Finished,
you know,
are you?
developers are completely detached from reality, you know? And you're like, wow, why are you a developer?
Clive,
How did you get your job?
what do you want?
Why do you still have it? Levenbold! Holy shit, that thing's got some damage upgrade. $180 and this one has 195. Yeah, let's make it.
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
We don't have any upgrades for gear, but new sword, eh? Fancy. Very fancy.
Have you been to the toll? I hear a new ship.
Gonna pass in it, not gonna put in the hours again. Yeah, Classic is a massive time sink. True. How you doing?
Otto was here earlier with a letter from Gav. He left it on your desk.
The Wall of Memories. It has the Oath. The thing that Gav was saving for us. Ah. That's when everybody suddenly had a dagger and a crystal to stab. Look, Stolas. The reading table. The Republic's play. I have to read that in Gav's voice. The Republic's army marches on the Empire twin side, and the men of Rook have been summoned to the front. Something big is brewing, I reckon. I see you're done to way up on my return. I don't know how he sounds.
What does
Can't
Gav
do
have
it.
to say?
Can't dare.
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kupka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance, the one we've been waiting for.
What? I didn't quite get the memo.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
No.
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an icon exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear.
What has become abundantly clear is they should have invested in the romance of these two so much more. They could have made it much more apparent, you know? Not just a little plays on and you're like, well, now Keith, and they don't Keith. You know.
The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now? Now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash.
I find this scene so weird. Like, it's nice because the music's good and she's like, all right, I've got this epic speech. But who is she talking to? Why is she saying this to Clive? He obviously knows all of this. But she's saying it in a way as if she says it as like a narrator to an audience, which is us. Which is weird.
But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know, but...
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
He did. He was there. It wasn't an illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima.
Didn't need to be a fade to white.
If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
Do you think he will ever come back?
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does. To a world without mother crystals. To Sid.
I want to drink too. Meanwhile, the Northern Territories with our stud muffin.
and so the North is lost.
I knew that the Blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace. But this is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more. The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother, are our efforts in vain?
You know, he's got such a slim frame, but he's gotten quite the neck. Like, he's been working out.
Master Clive, a moment, if you... my apologies, I didn't mean to... intrude.
And
Not
yet
at
you
all.
did.
We were just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
It's Martha, from the inn. She's gone missing. Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well.
Look, she literally said you're not intruding, and now I have to run after him. Oh.
What would make Martha leave the rest?
Who cares? Who knows? We have like something bigger to chase right now. I mean, perhaps we have to, like, I don't know, find some cats. Get some XP. Aye! Aye! There's a bunch of cats here. Dear girl, hello. Good evening. Thank you very much for that, the raid. Welcome in, everyone. We're playing Final Fantasy 16. And hopefully getting to spicier bits in a second, so I can show you some combat.
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual.
The usual.
But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive. Something's not right.
You think this was planned?
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastpool, the Empire's been tightening its grip round the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
Couple of curse breakers are already
Hey,
on
Diego,
their way to the
kein
inn.
Problem, danke.
They should help speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses and all.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
Alright. Can I just get straight to the action? New quest is available nearby. Oh, the exit. What's this effect called again? Is that a lens flare, right? Like this little circles? That's lens flare, right? Technically, if you look into the sun with your own eyes, you wouldn't see it, but you see it if you're looking through a lens. Like a camera. But it just looks very good. Makes things look nice. Well,
Welcome back, Sid.
what do you got?
Damn blighted bilge.
Yeah.
Is everything all right?
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry will keep eating away at the timber like young Tech does our lemon tarts.
Alright, we know young Ted really likes eating those lemon tarts. We get it.
Suppose a coat of pitch might stave off the rot for a moon or so. Assuming we had any pitch, which we don't. Not any bloody more. Doubt the old tub's got more than a dozen runs left in him.
Of course, Obolus. Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland. Without it, we'd be lost.
Well, I'm glad someone round here sees it that way. To make pitch, you need pitch trees. But in case you haven't noticed, live trees are one of the 1,000 things sorely lacking in the Deadlands. Now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere. Which is why we'll be needing a suitable alternative. And it just so happens I once heard the thorny pitchers of Curltail Falls cover themselves in a sticky wax to trap birds and beetles and whatnot. Might be enough to tide me over.
Sounds easier than felling a faraway forest. That's for certain.
Man, the dude is talking so slow. Like I was getting to his age as he was speaking. Can you believe it? Sure. We go and get his wax off of some funny chickens, I don't know. So I still haven't found my chocobo. How's that going on? I was pretty sure we had it by now. Did I forget my chocobo?
Easier than felling a forest, I said. The trees don't have teeth.
Big zip. Oh. Right, I forgot I had that thing. I have my range counter in there, right? Ramu! Babu! I want to do counter.
It's over.
Ah, that was the last one. I didn't do cool shit because I wanted to do counter attack and look real fancy doing counter attacks. But the enemies are so very pacifistic.
I can't imagine Obolus needing any more than this. Time to head.
Cock and ball? The quest is called Cock and Ball?
Well,
and his talking
speed,
like speed is torture?
Is one way of putting it.
Alright, we don't need to know. He's fixing his boat. He's very happy. Cock and ball torture. It's all connected by live tissue. Badge of might. I might as well, you know? What's that about? Burning blade damage 7%. 12 more attack. That's more like it. Good. Touch the wall. The weird laser wall. So were there like new activities? Yeah, all the old side quests. We did them all, but just wondering because they would show them up to you like that. They're like, hey, I'll see. This one's actually called Complete. Ah, interesting. Implying it could get some more, huh? I see.
What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
Let's get you to physical.
Sid? What said you'd be coming?
I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials ascended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all our efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something.
You know what I
He
noticed?
said the soldiers were talking about a culling. I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Sid.
You do the same.
You know the way they talk, especially with like NPCs and stuff, right? There's so incredibly little gestures or anything, any movement whatsoever. There's no dynamic, right? And I started thinking, you know what they could do to make it more interesting? They could instead make it how Nikkei does it, where you know you have 2D characters just static and there's text at the bottom, right? And invest more in the voice actor really displaying the conversation.
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling.
You know, just thinking. They could have saved money on the animators, who obviously didn't animate shit.
Authority to act alone.
And could have done that instead and make it more stylized that way. Style. Because, you know, whenever I see like NPCs and they just stand there like a block, pisses me off so much. It's like, obviously you don't care for the NPC. Why even have it there? It's pointless.
If those horses touch
I want to beat something up and I see glittering things in the distance that tell me there's treasure. I'm hovering. Oh, that was cool. I was like blitz vaulting him up. All right, we haven't talked with the big chicken in a while. Oh, there was a projectile. I should have done the projectile thing. Did you just smack my dog?
Too slow.
Gave me the schnotz. Disco! Wow! Camera, what's going on? Slapped. Zapped. I thought you were dead. You've got no HP. That's another thing. I think for the HP bars, they really could have made it into like brackets so you get a better visual on how much HP there really is. Just saying, Final Fantasy, World of Warcraft knows how to do it. There we go. So what are we killing out here and why? Is it really useful to do that? Is it giving us lots of AP? I really think if I slap him away like that, it should be like a one-shot. Just to feel. Should be a one-shot. You cock. I could do more, you know? Eventually I'll get there.
Too slow.
Do you give me like sick loot? Black blood? Okay, that's pretty sick. What's going on here?
I was on my way to the Abbey minding my own business when a gang of screaming loons came charging out the garrison and chucked my stuff all over the place. Until I get it all picked up, no one's crossing the bridge. If you're going the same way I was, you'd be better off going back by Martha's than round the other side.
So you're really telling me I can't get over the stupid border there? Bullshit.
Fucking Imperials.
Exactly.
If they hurt Martha, they'll have the whole rest to answer to.
Guess we make the long run.
Oi, look sharp!
Because the game has a way of making you feel like things are going slow. Most importantly, because it doesn't have a sprint button. And while a sprint button is just an illusion of speed, it gives you the feeling like you choose when to go fast. In this case, this game, like you run forward and then, eventually, there, he automatically starts dashing. Run.
Look, up ahead.
Never mind, he took too long.
Martha, are you hurt?
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something.
Tell us what happened.
What happened?
She didn't even move her lips.
Shields, that's what happened.
The Black Shields.
The bastards
She's a
caught me.
ventriloquist.
The abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds, poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Then they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
She's walking just fine.
Black Shields. Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria. They fought to defend all her citizens.
Seems a step too far, even for the Empire.
Stay down!
We need Gale's hand. Why's the wild chocobo looking so aggressive? You want to fight? You actually want to fight? Sick fuck. Come here. You wanna fight? They attacked first. Thousand AP.
Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
Yeah, someone dead, probably. See?
No.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offense.
Oh no, officer. I'm sorry. I'll never speed again.
Crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
How dare you speak those words?
Nice
Have
armor.
you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long.
Well, someone's gonna fight. Oh, they fight. I killed him by crunching his balls. Come back. Whee! That's how you do it. Cock and ball. Calx?
Is that all of them?
I think so.
You know, really have to say, like, also, like, you know, skill-wise, it would be cool if at this point, instead of Breath of the Wind, you get, you would get a fitting one for Ramu, you know, just necessary rewards for the right time, you know? But also, like, I don't know. Probably like if you're in like super into Final Fantasy 14, you'll probably be like constantly in this game. You're like, yeah, this is all very fine and good, right? But if you have a higher scope of like action games, you're gonna be like, you know, it's like if you were to take the World of Warcraft team and ask them to make an action RPG. I don't think they would do a great job because they're not taught. You know, they don't know how to do that right. I'm not saying that they did it bad here.
Abbot. He may still be alive.
But I just, bright as day, see all the little bits, you know, all the nails sticking out left and right, which they didn't need to.
Found her.
The Abbot.
The bearers died protecting him, calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
Why?
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The cullings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Matt to beg Sid's aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Sid! Where are you? Sid!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive. He's gone.
We've laid the abbot to rest. But the bearers, they didn't need to die like this.
But what do you mean
No,
the
they
abbot had to?
didn't. But it was their choice.
Wording.
They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the abbot could escape.
But why are they showing this back now?
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
Are they in the
There's a
back?
drawbridge not far from here. Radix jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting.
Did she like take a
I'll
broom
get
and...
someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
I think that's literally what they're implying here. In a different game, we would feel the gravity of what just happened much more. Remember Death Stranding? At the very beginning? Just saying. Really? The thing's in the way now? Like, dude, I'm carrying around dead people right now. Like, I'm literally covered in the dust of all dead people.
Think it's spotted us, Torgal? What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball. I failed.
Wait. This was like the weird fight. This was the very weird fight. Something about the ring, and I had to do something. Do I even have to fight him? Does it always phase me instantly? I can do this shit first? Okay, good.
That must be the bridge.
Now, we were supposed to feel sad, not angered because we can't beat like a flying eye.
So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
Clive, if you put it on the shore, you put it on the shore, it's just gonna keep getting swept on the ground. You could have just gone onto the bridge.
A pyre was made.
Well.
It's more than they deserve.
He's not very clever in this.
We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
He's not the most considerate man around. Somebody told him to, like, you know, feel sad about it. Like, all right, Clive, you gotta scowl a bit and be like, oh my god, these are dead people. I've got to feel sad. Put them to rest. Say a little prayer that means nothing to me. Well, I can travel to Martha right away? Alright. Fuck you, Flying Eye! If we want to fight something like that, we're gonna play Baldur's Gate.
No one survived then?
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story.
I mean, it sounds like good
twice
PR.
about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
So much talk and I actually don't know what they said. What? Sheesh, Torgal. Hey, Ice Effect. Hey, thank you very much for the rate. Oh, welcome everyone. Welcome on in. What's that? What's that clip? Hey, welcome. Thank you very much.
We're best off staying.
Wait, a plus?
We're not to move.
Is...
It'll only make it worse.
Wait, what?
I know, Father.
Wait.
Arthur needs your attention, not me.
Can you talk again? Like this dude right here? What did he say? Speak. NPC. Make your NPC dialogue. No dialogue? Okay. I thought he sounded for a moment like...
Don't just pass me by.
For a moment he sounded like... Astarion. Actually. That'd be wild.
You handy with that sword of yours? Course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? 'Cause a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
You heard me right. Wild birds? Hmm? The big ones? And not just any chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travellers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos. Fighting bandits.
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now, they're back, looking to settle the score. Oh, go on then. Don't just stand there. Go and help them.
Alright. See, here we go. This is
There's
the...
a good lad.
That's the quest I was thinking
Where can I
of.
find these chocobos?
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird in all the world. She's a hero to us locals.
Plucky a bird.
Don't worry. You'll know her when you see her right enough.
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you. And give those no-good bastards a hiding from me.
Okay, but now let's check out the NPC again. This one. The one on the sitting one, the injured one. Come on, speak! I'm telling you, the injured one is Astarion's voice. But you're saying he's in there as various NPCs. Neat. Must be nice being a voice actor and being casted as like a random ass voice like that and getting paid. Must be nice.
Whiteheart. That's quite a name for a chocobo.
Indeed it is. Hey. Oh.
A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind. Speaking of brave birds. Looks like they went that way.
Could it be in the area where I had my chocobo? It could be my chocobo, but not. Cool. Quick work. 32 XP. That's how it's done. He did mocap for spoiler characters. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I heard the DLC is really good. I mean, you know, like I keep mentioning whenever this game has, like, you know, its shortcomings, I'll point it out. Because like I said, I feel like they didn't need those shortcomings because they had so much time to learn. Anyways, but it obviously does have its very great moments. And one of them being apparently the DLC. Whoa! Yo! He's crazy.
Too slow. To me, Flame!
But I think this skill could be cooler, the Thunderstorm one. A powerful Thunderstorm. Powerful. Do we have something else? Not quite yet. Unless we get something new. Lightning Rod? Right, that's the thing where you smack them and you... It's kind of like a dot almost. It sticks with them. Judgment Bolt, that's the big ass attack. Maybe we should just go for the big ass attack. We need 2,300. Halfway there.
These chocobos aren't going down without a fight.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Who wants a chocobo head on the wall?
They won't.
Especially in this area, like who can afford a chocobo
Why
head?
is that, eh? Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Piss off.
Why does he draw his axe like a sword?
Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
All right then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Big words from a dead man. Oh. Dead. Whoa, he's crazy. Try that again, boy. But now you have puppies? Oh, big boy. Come here, try that. Oh man, of course. That one character they give like a weird swing up timer. Let's try. Sure. That one weirdest character gets a weird wind up for his attacks. The Huntsman. You don't look like Hunts to me. Do the red skip. What's that about?
You're safe now. White Hart, I presume.
Like, check this out.
Do you know her, boy? That scar.
Like, he finally recognizes his own fucking chocobo. Like, why is Clive such a massive pleb?
It couldn't be.
Like, dude doesn't know how to talk to a lady, has no idea about his pets. Like, dude, you're a horrible person.
Ambrosia. It is you. You survived.
That dude is like quick as a freight train.
Flock.
Oi! He isn't over! I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully, they did. And not only that.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mount. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master.
Learned?
Warrior that you are.
What did he say? It's so weird.
Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well,
About
no,
that.
sorry, I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon. Told you. And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. The lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are.
He even got an eye patch.
Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
Ah, few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry, we'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now.
Yeah, lots of fun.
Hmm.
Going on a suicide
You seem
mission.
awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you? No. No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind. Anyhow, best be on my way. Good luck to the both of you.
Yeah, perhaps it's like a thing in that area, you know? Like the people from the continent of Storm
Take care of your flock for now.
are just dumb
I'll call you when I
fucks.
need you.
Oh, face blind. Ambrosia's tag displayed in Clive's chambers. Ah. Chocobo unlocked. Wow. Took way too long.
Good
Why don't you auto mount when I call it?
Yeah.
You know what's bothering me about it? It's like nice that we get a chocobo, but at the same time, like I feel like the running speed is kind of like as if it's on a treadmill. You know, like when the speed of the feet touching the ground doesn't match the distance you travel. You know what I mean? Oh, that's the weird eye thing. World map. We can just go back to the hideaway. We got the chocobo, we good. Alright.
Now, where's Gav?
I'm gonna choke my bow all day.
I hear there's trouble.
Make them choke on my bow.
Ah, Clive! How I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other...
Wait, active time lore. So we remember Drake's head, right? Where was it pretty like, you know, like the head of Zora Magdaros kind of shaped crystal? Are they telling us they instantly went away in 5 years and built that city? Nah. Drake's Tail, a mother crystal located in the Crystalline Dominion. It is one of only 5 remaining in Ballastia and is the largest of its kind. Silhouetted by the setting sun, the island of the Dominion is spread out before it. The tail is truly a wonder to behold. Now, it's been there before, right?
Nations were that they didn't think to do it first.
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
While the two nations beat their shields, the rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming.
Oh.
It's time we moved on the Mother Crystals.
Yes, let's get some action again.
4 Mother Crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia.
Again, he's talking to us, not to the people he's standing on the desk with.
Drake's Spine in Waloed. And
Ain't
Drake's
that what they
Tail
call poor storytelling?
here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rossfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rossfield.
They're really all stupid on that continent. Oh no.
And you're a Rossfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune. Along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
We go cooking the crystal. Otto's counter is now open. Good for him. A lion reports the patrons whisper the hunt board. Right. Right.
What are we waiting for indeed?
Yeah, what are we waiting for? Why do you give us side quests now? Although...
Think it's alright to touch him?
Nope. What was that down there? I have like a faint memory of it. It's too difficult to get there right now. It takes too long to walk. I don't want to do it. Can't be important. The fruits of her labors. Beats me what it could be.
That groom's as ragged as...
I wanted to check out this thing. Wait, no, this thing. Shut up.
Your benefactors are a generous lot.
So here is things I can buy. Right? Crate contents. Meteorite. Ability points 400? What? Berserker ring.
You earned this.
Wait, so I just got it?
All yours.
Because I have
Best of
the
luck out
renown
there,
level?
Sid.
Really? Because I made that system quite, well, probably a million ways to do it better. Hey, that's straight up 400 AP. Okay, we're getting closer to Big Zappy. What were
Fancy a
you?
look at the list, do you? Here you
A
go.
lion.
Always something in there.
Got nothing for me. Shut up, Moogle. Keep drinking your alcohol. Okay, the hunt board. And what do we get? 10 of that renowned stuff. Oh, it just tells me where to find them, right? I mean, could try and get them. But they're gonna be there still later on, right? Like, they're not going away, I think. If I go on now? They better not be running away.
Ah,
Don't give me any introductions. Like, seriously, these characters talk way too much.
what is it that you wish to learn? Very good.
No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Alright. I can just world map travel. Oh, I can only go there. Fine. Where I wanted to go to begin with, but fine. They're like, no, no, everything else is forbidden.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
Disco Dog.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
Well, perhaps for, what's his name again? Timmy's old tats or something, lemon tarts.
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
Bloodlines.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Ambler.
Grab it! Whoops. I thought it still just had like 2 icons, so I sometimes go for the wrong one. Can actually jump. First time I see that.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! I think we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all, for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
Can I beat them up? Let me beat them up.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
Let me beat them up.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
Let me beat them up.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered.
Cool.
The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire.
Let me beat them up.
You seen him, didn't you?
This is youth.
I'm sorry.
That's what youth looks
Black
like.
Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think there was a Black Shield. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
Keep dreaming, kid.
I don't know. But we need to find out. Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
I know that.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another Eastpool.
Then we shall be on our way.
He just said he's a pussy-ass bitch.
These people live with a knife to their throats. In the
And they
mistaken
enjoy
belief
it.
that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosaria would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Can I beat someone up? I'd like to beat someone up.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Whatever? Whatever. You know, we gotta give credit where credit's due, right? The rocks are... Okay, maybe not those. Well, those over there. The rocks are looking, okay. Because the thing has been in like Final Fantasy XIV and other Square Enix games for that matter. Like, they really hate, texturing rocks. They make them always look like whatever. But they're okay, you know? Well, it's also the PC version, so it makes it look nicer, and there's a lot of, you know, little grass and stuff like in between, foliage. But why are these fallen thingies outside? What you doing outside your home?
Ever since the apodatory, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
Oh, that's why.
What do you think is waking them? The mother crystals collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
You gonna attack them? You little derpy. So by breaking that apodatory thing, we freed all those things, and now stuff's happening. What are you? What are you? Bomb! This place is the bomb! Yeah! Party time! Friday night!
You're finished!
Are you still alive? Let's fix it. Oh, hey, look at that! It's plebs!
More of my mother's men.
She has lots of men. Slot? Why is this one so lonely? You can talk to him. Oh, you're a chest. A bull's horn braid. Increases lunge damage by 5%. 5 fucking whatever the fuck percent. Cock and ball. I will never notice the difference that 5% damage makes in this game. Man. What absolute killjoys. They looked funny. Oh boy. Like seriously, why was that not like at least 10%? But more like 25, you know? It's one of my attacks, like this one. This one attack. Have it so it does something. But no, they're like, no, no, no. No fun allowed.
Stay down.
Well, I can see how like 25% is a difficult thing if you're playing an MMO, you know? But if you're playing a single player game, why not grant us more power trip? Power trip. But now I have to wait like 5 years for it to cool down.
Blood, Clive.
No, that's blood, not Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
They don't have
You
a home.
know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again. I'll show you a true shield of Rosaria.
A true schnucken.
Garuda!
A schnucken of Rosaria!
Fire and flame!
What does that dude behind me do? Trying to get somewhere? Come here! Yet only 20 AP. They just don't know. They just don't know how to do like rewards right.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Oldhill. Guardians of the Flame.
Like no one can pronounce that name right. Oldhill, like
Those.
You know, if you ask someone like to write out the word Oldhill, right? They would not write it like that.
Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
They would not. By my heritage, as a non-English man, they would not write it that way.
Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
They've got funny decorations.
This was my mother's doing.
But why?
Nice mother.
Why would anyone?
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Ah.
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
But what about some loot? Nothing? Right, so they made this whole place just to be empty? Hold up. All right.
We're approaching Buick Bridge.
Okay, never mind, not alright. I gotta be back. All right. Here we go again. So how come this game doesn't have menu music? They give you little flames at the bottom, but they don't care about giving you music? Oh my god.
Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
No, we don't care about these people. We don't care.
This is their home.
We don't care. We go straight for the thing.
This is no time to ride.
This is the time to ride. Like, there's never a better time to ride.
Run like the wind.
Don't want to fight with any of these. Bite Evercrab. Like, man, the pacing in this game. Shit, dude.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better. That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Bite? So lame how you can't chocobo the whole time.
My children are starving!
Have mercy.
Voice friends dogs they are. You can't ignore us forever.
Let us in or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here.
More than enough for
Fuck off.
Hang the chinless bastards. Those crystals belong to us all.
I said,
Away
fuck
with you,
off.
filth!
Back to your
What am I
sties.
doing?
Cut you down where you stand.
Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in.
Like, you know, with everyone else like looking like that, like Clive and Jill, they look like cosplayers. It's like cosplayers that you meet in, like, imagine you just walk to the grocery store, right? And you see them like that.
To reason with the gods.
That's how they look
Or
in
at
that
least
world
bribe
as
them.
well.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
Like I feel like I'm
The
getting
entire place looked abandoned.
electroshocks through
You
my
think it's
brain
safe?
every time they're like, because he's like the Lazarus, and they like slow
long as it is
pan
abandoned.
towards the Lazarus. Like, no, dude, like somebody just like poke a needle through my brain when that happens, you know?
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
I don't know what happened to Square Enix, but pacing is really not their strong suit anymore. Like, same with 7 Rebirth, you know?
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
How about some animes? Something to fight? Perhaps? Something to fight? I'd like to fight.
Not abandoned then.
You abandoned?
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
What a bunch of cool guys.
Or not.
That was quick.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
He's a bro.
Perhaps it's time you joined him.
Like, dude, why is everyone on that planet so fucking dumb?
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Huh?
Like, they're straight up all dumb as shit.
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us.
I just killed 10 of his friends.
Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
We can speak inside.
Wow, he sounded real happy. They need Lazic? Yeah, and like a good beating to get the brain back to functional.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant.
So they got this massive, big fucko empire, and you're telling me they had this tiny-ass town, and the empire was just like, yeah, whatever. Because they're like, well, we've been holding them off, you know, we made their stay anything but pleasant. Dude, like, I just face rolled them. No one cares about their little town, it's so whatever.
Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Oh no.
So Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
Duty. You could say this is a call of duty.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
Nope, we don't care. Go.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Ed have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Was that dude wearing his old uniform?
Thank you, Sir Wade.
I think he was.
Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
If you want to grant them peace, you give them pizza. What? 2 quests. Not just 1, but 2.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
Sure.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention.
Sprint!
It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Fuck, damn it!
Fly, Ambrosia.
There we go, thank you. Because they were like, no, you have to listen to the dialogue. You cannot sprint yet. Cock and balls.
Look at me sideways.
Come along now.
The bastards are lucky.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
Yes, fight. We're here to fight. Clive's not a talker. He doesn't have a single bit of a brain.
What is it now? I told you! We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame. Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame!
He's gonna say it.
For Azaria! For Azaria!
He didn't say his usual bullshit.
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Wait for it. I'm trying to disco, but they didn't let me.
Too slow.
There. Because the cooldown is for fucking ever. Fly, my boy. Oh, you're blocking. Oh, never mind.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Oh, bloody hell. Ow. If the lock-on was working, that would be lovely.
Nice try.
The lock-on likes to lose its function sometimes. Hey, that was a counter, right?
More dragons.
Worse. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
It's taking so long. Jesus Christ. Is it just in one chicken? It's just one chicken. Ah.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it,
Finally, we get a cool
you have
fight.
proven our point that this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Cool guy. Blink, 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 blink.
So wait.
Found them. There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him?
Oh, you cock-swinging little schwiddle. Can't even kill them cool, alright? Because the skills are just sometimes just flubbing around. Imperial Link? Oh, whatever. Crafting feels like shit.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud! My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place.
Raptures?
Yet be that as
Nikkei?
it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die, and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Quest complete. We're getting 20 renown for that. I just noticed there were stats. Damn. Never paid attention to that. Because they're pointless.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
Man, by now he's just running around with like a chest full of like random badges.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
Bye. Port Isolde. Rossfield Manor. Look at those walls. They could hang up a chocobo head.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
You look so threatening.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rossfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still?
Hey, Tom, good evening.
Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
Man.
So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but...
What would be the right word for the game? Slow-winded?
Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but... The woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience.
I was reading a thing about, actually, like, where they're like, you know, like common words for, like, you know, very art-styled movies. You know, when people say, for example, it's a slow burn. It's like, no, it's just bad pacing. Or they're like, oh, it's like this, Art Nouveau. And it's like, no, it's just, you know, it's just poor color grading or something like that. Like, explanations for that. And I was like, I mean, it's meant as a joke, but it sounded very on point.
That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
Because we gotta say, you know, like, if they, like, I tell you what, I think if they took out, straight up, 50% or more of the story cutscenes and talking they all constantly do, if they took out 50% of that, it would have made the game 50% better. And that's not because they're doing a poor performance or anything. You know, like, they have some good voice actors in there and stuff like that. But you could have taken that 50% of time that's spent wasted on all of these blatantly slow cutscenes and slow talking and just given us more combat, more crazier combat, more combat challenges and stuff like that, which was supposed to be a very heavy focus of this. Alas, I'm constantly just itching and aching so I can fight more and less atrociously slow. Like, I can feel myself age.
It has been 20 years, Clive.
Exactly!
The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother.
I also think, like, you know, like, sad scenes would hit heavier if they were, like, more, you know, we get to the point better. Instead of like this, and they're like, oh, don't forget, you're supposed to feel sad right now. But you already forgot because you're like, well, I was in the slowness of the scene. Like, sorry, I was busy not falling asleep to it.
All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
By your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
Yeah, because you're dumb.
It's not untrue.
I'd say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Right, that's another thing that's bothering me the whole time. That's what's bothering me. There's not a shred of chemistry between Clive and Jill. And he barely pays attention to the dog, only when it's convenient. There's no chemistry. The only actual chemistry that happened was at the end, when just before Sid was dying, you know? There was like some bromance happening. But that was for such a short moment. It's like all of them are just like static actors.
Over there. Go on.
Reading down the
She's a fine
script.
ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me...
Video game. No one asked for a fade to white to flashbang us all. I mean, it's a flash black, but you could have just... There could have been other ways.
They turned it on those who could.
My retinas.
And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
Sounds like an idea.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. No.
stiff as a rock, but not in the aroused sense.
Let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Wow, she waved her hand for Torgal to follow. Such detail. So we have to go back? Damn, like they don't let us go on the boat first?
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Oh god, no, not Vivian again, no. We're gonna save it here for the night, alright? Three saves because I don't trust save files. Alright. Well. Thank you, Final Fantasy 16. This was... I'd like to say fun, but... alas, it's just been very slow. Shame. Well, you know, see in the last episode of my streaming this, right? It was cool, it was hype, there was like things going on. And this, it's like the one before the last one. It's like completely just crashing down again. It's like, oh my god. I don't know what they need, like if they need better writers or something, I have no idea. Because there's good bits and then they're like, nope. We've got this ship with its sails and we're sailing the high sea. But we also have this machine gun. And we don't know what to do with it, so we might as well shoot holes into our sail just because. Just because, you know? Like they could have just taken the machine gun and put it on the front of the ship and shoot away any obstacle to make it grandiose. Man, it just makes me so upset. Because you know, like I said, there's tons of nails sticking out of this construct, right? And they're just not nailing any of that. They're not nailing it. But they could have. And they've done so in the past, but now they are not. It's, oh man. It just makes you wonder, like, why? Why didn't you, like, why didn't you nail it? I wanted you to nail it. Oh well. Let's hope there's more hype happening next time, because I remember, like, from this point out, I think from this point out it's probably the next 2 hours. I think I've played until the next 2 hours of the game, and after that, it's the new stuff. So I really hope it's gonna be hype then. Because man, this game has so much ups and downs, and you really don't need all the downs, you know? I know it can't always go up and up and up, but you don't need to go to the peak and then rock bottom, you know? That's not how a roller coaster works. What a ride. Anyways, good stuff, I suppose. Final Fantasy. Thanks for anyone who's still watching this. Glad you bear with me, because I want to see this through till the end. I want to see if we get that spicy, supreme epic in the end. I couldn't stomach it before on PlayStation, because no PlayStation. Can't do it. But I want to see it through on PC. And don't worry, you get your reward if you watch this through till the end, you know? I said, when we finish Final Fantasy 16, we will be back on Elden Ring. Yeah. Okay, well, more Final Fantasy 16 on the next episode, where it goes uphill.